Is it possible to get healthy? And if so, how long does it take? I'm Jordan Reesner, and welcome to this episode of SCD Lifestyle TV, where each week we give you one simple actionable step that you can use towards better digestion. And today I'm telling you, if you're asking the question, is it possible to get healthy? The answer is yes. And I don't care if you're asking me that question from a hospital bed with Crohn's disease and they're looking at surgery, or whether you have multiple autoimmune diseases that are attacking and destroying your body like I did. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life. If you're asking the question, can I get healthy? The answer is yes. Okay? I have seen thousands and thousands of people over the last 6 years get healthy from some of the worst conditions that you can possibly imagine. Some conditions that I didn't even know what they were, and I had to honestly just look them up on Google and understand what they were going through. What I can tell you is that we publish a lot of them on the blog. There's Facebook comments all the time. There's blog comments all the time. We get emails every day of people who are getting healthy. And I know that you can get healthy as well. And the most beautiful thing that I see is when people start asking me, Jordan, can I get healthy? Then they get some results and they're getting a little improvement, and then they start to ask, Jordan, when will I be healthy? That's when I know that they've really turned the corner, when they start asking me when instead of if, because now they know they've got some progress, they've got some hope, and they're asking me when because they know that they're on the right path, and they want to know how far that path is, how far they have left to go before they're healthy. And that's a really beautiful question to ask, but it's a really complicated thing for me to answer. Okay, because my health journey, it was a long journey. Okay, I went from having diarrhea 10 to 15 times a day, having a hard time getting out of bed to go to work, to where I am today, where I'm climbing mountains and spending days elk hunting in the backcountry with my bow and arrow. And what I can tell you is, I want to share a story to answer that question with you today. And it's a story about one of the mentors that Steve and I have been learning from for the past 6 years. And he's more of a business mentor for us. And we were just at a conference with him in Phoenix, and someone asked him, what does it take to be successful? And he gave the most beautiful answer, and this is in the context of business, but just hang with me here. He said that success in business is an emergent property, okay? It's not like there's a box and you push a button, a little machine, and you push a button and success comes out the other end. Or it's not some kind of a machine where you have to get a couple of dials and switches and knobs all in the right place and then success comes out the other end. It's not a thing that just happens in that way. It's not a certain size of your business. It's not $1 million. It's not $10 million. It's not a certain amount of money in your bank that equals success. He said the success is an emergent property. And you got to get this, guys. This is so huge. Success is an emergent property. And if you don't know what an emergent property is, and I don't blame you because I didn't know what it was either, but what an emergent property is when something emerges greater than the parts. Okay? So think about it like this. Some cells, they come together and they combine, and these cells come together, and the emergent property is the tissue. And then you put lots of tissue together, and the emergent property is an organ. And you put lots of organs together, and the emergent property is the human body, right? And you put two humans together that are in love, and the emergent property is a relationship. Okay, so it's something bigger that happens from all the parts coming together perfectly, just perfectly. Everything has to be just right for an organ to be formed out of all the different parts and pieces that are involved in that, okay? And success is the same way. And he talked about success as an emergent property of lots of seeds of success that you've put in place in your life. So there's certain things that you can do working on your business, your marketing, okay, your research, your customers, all of these different parts of your business that make it an emergent property for success to happen. And it just doesn't happen one day. It just happens over time. It emerges as this bigger thing, and all of a sudden you have a big business, and there's lots of people being helped, and you're being compensated well, and you're making a lot of money, and all these things are happening because of all these seeds of success that you've planted in your business. And what you got to understand is that health is the same way. Health is an emergent property. Okay, and there are seeds of health that you can plant in your life. And this is such a beautiful mindset. I wish I would have known this mindset about health long ago when I started my journey, because there's all these little seeds of health that you could be planting in your life right now that will help you get healthy. And it's not like you're going to wake up one day and just be healthy. There's no definition of healthy that you can really understand right now, because it's going to change. Back when I was having diarrhea 10 to 15 times a day, pooping once a day was healthy to me. And then once I was pooping once a day, I wasn't healthy. I realized that I needed more energy, and I'd like to gain some muscle and some weight, and I wanted to have more mental clarity, and I wanted to be happier, and all these other aspects of health. All of a sudden, before, the only thing I cared about was the diarrhea. And then once that stopped, all these other things were on my radar now, and I wanted to help those things improve. And there's things in my life, in my health right now, that I'd still want to improve. Okay, but I'm very healthy. It's an emergent property of all the seeds of health that I've planted over the last 6 years. Okay, and I understand that this is a high-level idea, but when you're asking, when am I going to get healthy? Understand that it's an emergent property that comes out of all the seeds of health that you could be planting in your life right now. And this year is the year of taking action. And so the most important thing that you can do is take action on seeds of health that you need to be planting in your life for health to be an emergent property that happens to you at some point along the way. And just understand that it might happen at point A, and that's health for you at point A, but then there's going to be a point B and C and D where health just continues to get better and better and better, and it's a greater emergent property. Just like in business, you can be more and more and more and more successful, right? You can be Warren Buffett, right? Richard Branson. I mean, that's just crazy successful. But then there's a lot of other people who are much less successful than those guys, who are a lot more successful than I am, right? So it's a journey that you go on, and it continues to be an emergent property for health and business success. And so as you're looking at this for health, the simple actionable step that I want you to take away from today is to look at areas of your life where you need to be planting seeds of health success. And you're going to water them, and you're going to feed them, and you're going to watch them grow until one day that emergent property of health is around you. And then it's going to continue to be more and more and more healthy. It's going to continue to emerge into a greater and greater and greater level of health for you. And so what are the seeds of health that you need to be planting in your life? Do you have your diet handled? Or are you cheating sometimes? Are you getting 8 hours of sleep or more a night? Are you working with a functional practitioner to get the right functional stool testing and saliva testing and blood testing that you need to be getting done right now? Are you looking for gut infections? Are you looking for adrenal fatigue? If you're in adrenal fatigue, are you treating it? Are you overworking your body? Are you working out too hard? Are you meditating? Are you having a gratitude journal? What are the seeds of health success that you need to be planting in your life right now that you're not planting and watering and watching them grow, so that health can be an emergent property in your life? You can do this. I know you can do this. If you're watching this right now, I know that you know there's some seeds that you have not planted in your life that you need to be planting, okay? So get this, guys. Health is an emergent property. Pick one seed that you know you need to plant, and plant that seed and water it and feed it and watch it grow. And just know that health is an emergent property. And if you just have hope and you just keep planting those seeds and watering them and watching them grow, you will be healthy. And it will continue to be even more and even more and even more healthy. All right? And if there's something about you that I know, it's that you can do this. And I believe in you. This has been Jordan Reisner with a little story about emergent properties of health. What seeds do you need to be planting in your life right now? This has been SC Lifestyle TV. We'll see you again next time.